interruption. I have a feeling to make this one last addition to this video, I will read off some sites of how steroids are used. Some anabolic steroids are taken orally, others are injected intramuscularly, and still others are provided in gels or creams that are rubbed on the skin. Doses taken by abusers can be 10 to 100 times higher than the doses used for medical conditions. Steroids are generally used in cycles and are often taken in stacks. Stacking refers to the practice of taking several drugs simultaneously. This is common among anabolic steroid users. It can also involve the use of drugs other than steroids. Cycling refers to the pattern of steroid use when drugs are taken in cycles of a period of weeks followed by a drug-free period. Thank you for listening. Now back to the video.
Hello everyone who is staying after school. I, Mr. Pham, is aware that all of you are taking a drug called steroids. And because of that, you students will stay after school with me, and I will pester the three of you about how steroids are bad. I will force the three of you to stay after school even after midnight until the last of you will regret using steroids. I am very lucky that my teacher's pet, Josh Pasta, has caught the three of you red-handed, which he now has the privilege to eat in my classroom.
But Mr. Pham...
Silence! Until the cows come home, I want the three of you to confess how steroids alters you and your body. Since I know that most of you, all of you, were taking steroids in the second half of last month, I bet that you got the experience. Now, who wants to go first? Eeny, meeny, miny, Nathan.
Me?
Before you confess, I want to tell you how steroids come about. There are different types of steroids living in living organisms. They are characterized by having a carbon skeleton with 4 hexagon rings stuck together. Functional groups attached to those rings distinguish different molecules. Let me list some of those types of steroids, shall we? Testosterone. Famous for stimulating the development of male sex organs, sexual traits, and sperm. Estrogen. It is kind of like the opposite of testosterone. It is a female steroid hormone that regulates certain female reproductive functions and maintains the female characteristics. I smell estrogen here. Ow. Do. Stare. Roan. Its function is to cause the kidney tubule to retain water and sodium. Progesterone is involved in the female menstrual cycle and androgynous in pregnancy. Cholesterol. You must have heard of these in foods. It is a lipid found in cell membranes of animal cells, but it is also a steroid characterized by an alcoholic group. And finally, cortisol. A corticosteroid hormone produced by the adrenal gland. Sometimes this hormone is referred to as the stress hormone, seeing that it is produced in response to stress. Nathan? time for you to confess.
I don't know what you mean by confessing, but I can tell you about the pros and cons about steroids.
Amuse me.
The things that are good about steroids are increased muscle definition, mass and weight, strength, effectiveness in training, recovery rate, aggressiveness, and sex drive. There's also something called euphoria, medically recognized as a mental and emotional condition in which a person experiences intense feeling of excitement.
Go on.
The side effects of steroids in a negative fashion are increased risk of mood disturbances like mania and depression, psychosis, aggressive acts, cardiovascular disease, liver and kidney disease, and or cancer, tendon injuries, and nosebleeds. There are also insomnia, aching joints, cramps, retention of water, baldness, bad breath, and acne.
You're not as dumb as you look. Do you have any more before I misjudge?
There are side effects emotionally and psychologically to both men and women caused by the use of anabolic steroids. There are enhanced masculinity, sexual behavior and physicality, a tendency to be easily excited, developing thoughts of confusion, sleep disturbance, hallucinatory tendencies, and compulsive nervousness.
Anything else?
There's body pains, a halt of bone development, nausea, swelling of feet, sudden weight loss or gain, stomach pains, headaches, and poor eating.
I remember one time you did. That one time when he had some kind of anger issue outside my classroom.
Here,
E minus?
I didn't like it.
Yeah, sorry.
Take none of it. I did have a woman in this classroom. Where is she? Hello, Christine. How are you holding up?
Fine.
The sign of steroids are already showing on yourself. Care to explain?
I guess.
You don't guess. You just do.
I'm going to talk about the effects of steroids only happening on women. Men and women use steroids because they are superior to everyone, especially men. Little do they know, they don't even know the side effects they would have. Those side effects are usually permanent.
Usually permanent.
Here's some good and bad side effects on women on steroids. There's only 3 good effects I know, and that is toned muscles, increased strength, and better self-esteem. And the list of the bad side effects happening on women on steroids is much more longer.
Don't be pressured, Christine. Go on.
Women on steroids can lose body curves and look more masculine. Their breast tissue can shrink. Look at these, man. I used to have twins. And they can grow bald. Their skin would be coarse. They build up aggression, anger, depression. My twins. Women might not have the ability to give birth to decent-looking children. The baby might come out with both male and female parts. Or it can have mental retardation, and finally, the woman's reproductive system can either slow down or even ceases.
Okay, Christine, it's over. Now, there must be one more person who have yet to... Christine! Is that a makeup kit you're holding?
No, it's a cell phone.
You're safe, Christine. Now, there must be one more person I have yet to call.
Me? Over here, sailor.
Hello, Elijah. So, are you going to explain in full detail why you're here?
Is it because you're lonely? Because I can help you out.
I'm sorry, Elijah, but I'm afraid I'm seeing someone. Now start your take on steroids.
To explain the causes of acne, steroids enlarges the sebaceous glands in the skin. Then they cause those glands to increase sebum or oil production that leads to plug formation, becoming food for bacteria. About shrunken testicles, the man's junk is no longer needed for producing testosterone, since the outside source of testosterone is being used. When the male body converts the additional testosterone into estrogen and other female hormones, female breast tissue is formed. High blood pressure is caused when steroids force the body to hold on to extra salt and water instead of deposing it. Steroids also cause an increase in the red blood cells count and hematocrit levels, which lead to high blood pressure. The heart becomes enlarged, which can lead to heart failure. Blood vessels can turn narrow, which may cause kidney failure. Arthritis through the body can harden faster, which can lead to heart attack, stroke, or amputation if needed. High cholesterol can do that too. Liver malfunction has a rare condition called the villus hepatite, in which blood villus site forms in liver. The tumors and the site formed in the liver can rupture and then goes internal bleeding. Prostate enlargement is seen with grown males because a male prostate naturally grows 30 times its original size. It doesn't need any more testosterone, but it grows much faster when large amounts of testosterone is involved. Baldness.
I just looked at that!
Baldness in women, steroid abusers, is caused by overproduction of DHT, a hair inhibitor enzyme that must be it for me.
Well, now that all of you have confessed, I decided that I will deduct your detention times to 15 minutes. Now, is there any last words before I shut all of you up?
Mr. Fram,
What is it, ma'am?
do you know Josh is secretly on steroids?
Are you sure, Christine? Josh looks a bit run down.
No. Look closely.
Josh, how many fish have you been eating?
At least 92, why do you ask?
Christine said that you are on steroids. How do you think that would come about when it comes to fish?
Let's see.
Think that when a man is taking steroids, eats, and then goes number 2 on the toilet, his leavings are filled with steroids. It goes to the sewer, to the ocean. I guess that these fishes eat everything they see, so they eat the leavings filled with steroids. Now the fishes have steroids inside of them. If those fish are edible, they get captured and prepared for dinner or something.
Good lord. Everything you say is true!
Really?
Now that I know that you are on steroids, my punishment to you is no more fish!
What?
Really?
This is total BS!
No! Josh, I know that this is very hard for you, but you must let it go. Just one more. Very well. One more fish.
What the? I'll take him on. Remember me as a good football player.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know, I'm not tough for this.
One, more.